Hello everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world when you're watching? Huge shout out to you. I've got a bit to get through today. I just want to start with, first of all, I want to start with this. As always, thank you for your comments, likes and support of my work. It is very much appreciated. I couldn't do it without that support. Secondly, I want to remind people this is a pro-democracy channel, so people stumbling upon this and seeing a reading, a predictive reading that looks into the future to see what might happen to defendant Trump, the former president of the United States that led an attempted coup. You know the backstory. This channel will do those readings. So if you're supporting this attempts to overturn democracy and authoritarian rule, this channel's not for you. I don't care what your politics are. So for those that are here for the astrology, the tarot scopes, etc., the spirit file readings, the travel vlogs, welcome. You can adjust your settings to suit what notifications you get. All right, having said all that, let's start with a couple of my past readings and what has come to pass. I predicted that Judge Cannon, it was a difficult reading for me to do when the former President Trump, criminal defendant Trump, wanted to indefinitely delay the classified documents trial until after the election or maybe any time in the future. I said she wouldn't grant that, but I said she also doesn't grant the DOJ's submission that the trial be held in December of this year. I said she's more inclined to lean toward the DOJ in some way, but she doesn't go all the way. Now, she's put a trial date on that of May the 24th, 2024. That's right, I think, in the middle. Well, no, it's coming toward the end of the GOP's selection for the candidate for president. So I want to dig down a little bit in that reading because I saw something beginning to form in there that maybe this... Ultimately, it wouldn't surprise me if she's taken off the case. If at the end of the day she tries to do something that when we get to May 24th, Trump makes a submission that, you know, he's going to be the likely candidate or is the candidate, and it can't be held. I don't know. There's something there I don't like in the setting of that May 24th date. We might dig down on that. My last reading, I got a fairly strong clairvoyant image. They appear to me like a film in the middle of in my third eye. And I saw a silver clock on the like a mantle clock, very ornate clock. I saw riders on horses and also crowds with pitchforks, and I said this is feeling very Civil War era to me, or around that time. I was reading on what statutes Jack Smith the special counsel Jack Smith, special prosecutor Jack Smith might charge the former president under for January the 6th. It seems obstruction, yes, of that official proceeding. There's a conspiracy to defraud, which I said would also be there. And now it seems to me that there's a little known or little used statute 18 US Code section 241, where someone conspires to threaten, injure, intimidate, basically someone's right to have their vote counted, because the Supreme Court has interpreted that as the right of the voter to have his vote counted, Supreme Court and lower courts. So it's, I think experts are saying that's a pretty easy one to, or, you know, it's going to be the right path for Smith to go down if he charges under that particular code and section. So we'll just confirm that. Is that it? That he will indict Trump on trying to stop the voter from having his right to have his vote counted. So the other thing I want to get to is I was pretty astounded, to be quite open and honest about this, pretty astounded that there was a video released of Trump threatening violence on the US if they try and indict him, threatening things that they've never seen before. I was quite horrified, as I know you were. And I know a lot of my viewers are very, very worried about violence that could ensue. How anybody could still support this person is well and truly beyond me. Beyond me. But anyway, okay. There are a few other questions there that if we get to, we get to. All right, let's get started. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Hanson-Roberts Tarot to clarify if I need to, and also the Golden Universal Tarot for those that wonder what decks I'm using. This timestamp is 6:04, so 6:03. You can hear what decks I'm using. All right, so let's get started on Judge Cannon, the May 24th date, 2024. Let's go right into that energy. What did I see beginning to form there around why she chose this date? Why did she choose this date? So clouds are coming in and there's like they're obscuring someone. Is this like a delay? Is this a reason to delay and then throw it to Trump to say definitively, well, we can't have the trial now? I mean, what is this? I'm just going to ask why. Those clouds reminded me of a smoke screen, quite frankly. All right, Judge Cannon, why did she delay the trial to May the 24th? Why did she delay the trial to May the 24th? Why? Why did she? There's something around capturing. Retreat. So we get the Four of Swords. Retreat. Of course, retreat. And end. Wow, this is pretty horrible signifier cards. It would suggest what I started to see form was that this is a way, in some way, to strengthen the argument for the trial to be delayed until after the election. And that's what I saw, that there was a plan within a plan. Now, this is just for entertainment purposes only. It's just tarot reading. I could be right or wrong. But we get retreat and we get the death card. That death card keeps coming up for Trump. So, you know, there could be some also pointers to his current status, health status. But let's keep going. We get loans and debts. The Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help, is at the base of the pack. I think the delay helped Trump. I don't think it helped the DOJ. We have loss and betrayal in the past, and we know that that's what she did in the past. She delayed it even further. When it initially came to her, she appointed, remember, the special counsel to go through the documents. Then the DOJ had to appeal. There's been one delay after the next, after the next, after the next. Now we get the Ten of Rods in the sky, or the Ten of Wands, carrying a huge load, and at any time she may fall, or it may fall. The weight of the evidence is what I get there. The weight of the evidence. Now we get the voter in the near future, the family card. The family card. There's more to come on the classified documents. I originally said that in Bedminster that I got that they were in with a family member. There's more. Now, I know many of you are saying it's been buried in the coffin, but I got, I don't know, do they have holiday homes there? I got that they're hidden anyway at Bedminster. And there's something around the family, and I know what you're all going to say, but I'm just going to leave it there. Now we have the disappointment. 3 cups have been lost, but 1 is remaining. I feel she's definitely throwing an advantage to Trump in this delay. But the truth, the Ace of Swords, is there in the environment around. We get the skill in the hopes and fears. She's like an apprentice. Is she skilled enough for this? It's like, and the Page of Pentacles, that is moving forward with just one pentacle. It's very much a small step forward. A lot of anxiety here. There's a lot of pressure on her. And, she's still, I think one of my readings said she could even recuse herself. And we get the Page of Swords. These are not good cards at all. There's secrets here that are being kept. And we could hear about a connection to somebody very, very close. Yeah, there's headlines coming. Because at the base of the pack, we see the speed at which something is going to occur. So this isn't over yet. This isn't the final say. There's something else coming out which ultimately she may have to recuse herself over. May 24th, it's definitely a throw to Trump. The danger or the suspicion here is that it gives him an opening to delay indefinitely. I'm just going to ask again. All right, so let's just see what Jack Smith intends to do. What Jack Smith intends to do. What does Jack Smith intend to do? Toxicity and celebration. Two unlikely cards. So we have the toxic devil energy here. So this has been an attachment, and yet we have circles of support supporting the devil, if you like, and we get I don't like the Page of Swords. It can be the spy in the camp. There is the smoke screen. There it is what I saw. The Seven of Cups. Now we've got movement. He may request it be moved at the end of the day. He's done a lot of work. He's got a strong case. Yeah, I don't think this is bothering him at all. The sun, full illumination. And this is a contract and a partnership. There's more to come with Judge Cannon, I'm afraid. In the hopes and fears, there's something that connects her to somebody where she may even have to recuse herself. Restriction. And this can also be fear, worry and anxiety. And we get the prosecutor here. And yeah, he's the Eight of Swords. He's coming back strongly at this in some way. I'm just going to leave that there. He's going to question, perhaps her independence may be questioned in this way. I think her movement to the May 24th is a throw to Trump in some way. I'm just going to leave that there. All right, now down to this, because as we know, he's playing chess. And they're playing, is it tic-tac-toe? Someone said checkers, and I said, no, even more basic, snakes and ladders. Okay, so Civil War era. This image that I got in my head, it's not confirmed. I mean, these are media reports, but let's just see. Is he going to charge Trump on threatening, injuring, intimidating, the right of the voter to have his vote counted, in which case anyone in Congress, you see how he's playing chess? I said those charges are coming later, not right now. But anyone in Congress, once Trump is tried, and he maybe is innocent until proven guilty, but once that process goes through, you might find other people who knowingly knew about the fake electors, etc., etc. They might get charged under this statute as well. 2024 is going to be very interesting. So, is he going to charge under this statute? The right of the voter to have his vote counted. The Civil War era type. Is it Reconstruction, federal Reconstruction era? This right of the voter to have his or her vote counted. Will he charge under this particular code and section. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Not just Trump either. And we're going to hear about it soon. Now, remember last week I said I thought this week would be the indictments. So, yeah. Yes, something is being let out of that cup. It's the only cup in the tarot that has a lid on it, and she's watching that and keeping that closed very carefully. The past is in the past, so these charges relate to the past and an abuse of power. What do I mean by an abuse of power? Let me spell it out again. The attempt to overturn a fair election. Let me spell it out again. Fake electors, threatening phone calls. By the way, George is looking at possible RICO charges, a conspiracy, of a grand conspiracy to overturn the election results in Georgia. The Chariot, yes. I'm just going to say yes, 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 yes. And it's going to be for more than Trump. Now, here we have this retreat card coming up again. Yeah, isolation and retreat. And we get the prosecutor and the King of Swords in January the 6th. So it's a definite yes. He will be Trump and others. Perhaps not straight away, although there might be others that may. I don't think so. I think, as I said, these things will come later. But many of you, I saw someone very close to Trump flipping. Many of you have thought it was, I said, somebody that he considers family, somebody that he never thought would. That testimony is going to become very important. Now, that could be, I already thought Meadows was flipping. Let's see, Giuliani. I think I saw him flip as well. Is this Giuliani? Well, no. Did Giuliani flip? Ooh, remember those two cards? And the King of Wands. Moving out of troubled waters. He did so for his own protection, because he was carrying heavy water for Trump. He is one, yes, that has flipped. But it's a lot of people around Trump. Let's see. I know I saw many years ago Ivanka Trump would flip on her father. Has Ivanka flipped? True, and Jared, but let's do one at a time. Has Ivanka flipped? It's not just one person. Oh, there she is. There she is. Even looks like her, doesn't it? The Empress card, the Mother. And we get the High Priestess. Interesting. Secrets. Keeping secrets. Whoa, this is heavy energy. We get pausing, suspending something. Ooh, the Lovers, her father in the past. That's a Gemini card. And we get the Spy in the Camp. And the Emperor, the President, the Control, Aries energy. Yeah, look, the here and now, the Ace of Pentacles, a new start, and the Sun. She doesn't want to be caught up in all of this. Hopes and fears. Ten of Swords, and we get partisanship in the outcome. And an offer here. And her father, the King of Pentacles. I'm going to draw, that's the Knight of Swords there, the Truth coming at her. I just want to draw a clarifier. These are pretty, really, the energy here is one of sadness. The Ten of Pentacles, the family card. Show me this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands to me represents the violence at the Capitol, and the Ace of Pentacles coming again. Show me, did she flip this offer? Was she offered a deal to turn on her father, and did she flip? Show me these outcome cards. The Moon, secrets being revealed. These cards are quite interesting. There's a female inside that Moon, and loss and grief. I'm just feeling the heavy weight here of the Two of Cups. I don't think it was just her. The Knight of Rods, movement away. I you know, she is who she is. What did they call her? Complicit. But on the Capitol attack, no, she wasn't. I don't think she was complicit. She had to make a fairly big decision to end. This is the World card. Yeah, these are heavy energies. To flip on your father. Let's look at Jared, and then I want to get on to the main reason for reading, and it's now 20 minutes in, is the threatening of violence. As I said, I was quite shocked to see the menacing face of criminal defendant Trump and the threatening of violence, the likes of which the US has not seen before. Come on. Are you condoning that? This is a lawful legal process. Plenty of Republicans are supporting this process. Plenty of Republicans have come out and denounced criminal defendant Trump. The only ones supporting him are the cult members. Okay, so Kushner, did he flip? Did Kushner flip? Kushner's got trouble up the road coming at him. Whoa, same energy. Loss, same energy as Ivanka. This family stuff is very, very hard. The strength card is at the base of the foundation of the reading. He was offered something in the past. Plan B, the Seven of Pentacles, and moving out of troubled waters, the Six of Swords. Why? Because it's catching up with him. So, Page of Wands, speak, talk, moving on. Knight of Pentacles, consistency, the prosecutor. Oh, God. Smith just didn't give up. I think Kushner got some sort of deal, but it is not going to prevent some more trouble down the road for Kushner. I feel very heavy energy, particularly coming from Ivanka. So yes, I do, as I thought years ago, she would turn on her father. The way I see it, I could be wrong. Now, I want to get to the main reason for reading, 22 minutes in, and that is this terrible threat of violence. Now, if you look at some of the photos of the people that stormed the Capitol, you will see people that have rap sheets. You will see people that are at the fringes of society. There were others as well. There were others that, I guess, former police people, former military people, for business people, and older people who regret what they did. Nevertheless, there was an element, a violent element, in the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, that stormed that Capitol. And, goodness knows what Trump is whipping up right now. So, will there be violence if he's charged on the January the 6th crime, with January the 6th crimes? Will there be violence? Oh, yes. I'm seeing there could even be a siege, some kind of siege thing that's happening. I have to tell you what I'm seeing. So we get the end here, the Ten of Swords. I'm seeing people with rifles lined up behind a barricade. So the authorities are well and truly aware. They will, once those charges come down, if I were living in America, I'd just be careful for the next few weeks. Avoid, those big public places that you don't need to go to, just until we see the lay of the land. So let's have a look. Will there be violence once Trump is charged with January the 6th crimes? Will there be violence? Oh, so we get manifestation and the magician. Something is brewing, and we get the Page of Swords here. So we get the spy, the treason. Well, it can be treasonous as well. They're manifesting something. We have here the Empress card at the foundation of the reading, and this is also in time, so it's not just now. This could be in time as well. The Empress usually is a growing season. She awaits her fruit or whatever to ripen on the bough, the wheat to be harvested in time. Pardon me, this could be around the election 2024 as well. So we have the Chariot in the past. So the Chariot, there's already been commitments to this. There's already been people that have hopped onto that Chariot, pardon me, for the ride. And the Charioteer, these two Sphinxes are liable to go in the opposite direction. It's they've already signed up for that. We've got the past here, crowning the reading in the sky. So this is all about the past. This is all about the insurrection. This is all about what happened in 2020, 2021. It's like we're revisiting that energy. But we have the Ten of Swords in the near future. That's the ending of a cycle. And, you know, the people, they won't be successful. They will not be successful. I always also see many betraying Trump in the months to come. Now we have the Queen of Cups. Here she is again in the here and now. There are plans for once that indictment is handed down. We have the Crossroads card. America is at the crossroads. And we get the King of Swords in the hopes and fears. That's the prosecutor planning, also planning and strategy, but that's Jack Smith. So we have the Ten of Wands here. I don't think it's going to be successful. And we get insecurity, very much the ending of a cycle, and the Queen of Pentacles, national security. We also get the Queen of Swords, so stability and prosecution. Yeah, there's clandestine, Three of Pentacles, clandestine funding, clandestine planning, and I get the impression that somehow Russia is also involved in this. Let's see if we can't get some clarity. What is this? It's not just physical violence. Alabama refuses to redraw its congressional map to include a second black district as per SCOTUS findings. There could be some pushback from red states. Are we going to see... I mean, there's nowhere for them to go. It's already been to the Supreme Court. What are we going to see? What are we going to see? Just show me what we're going to see. Once Trump is charged, what are we going to see happen beyond perhaps physical violence? So buildings. So I'm getting a buildings. So I think they'll be beefing up their guardrail as their guards as well, the guardrails. I'm seeing a brick one with a sort of a tower out the front and archways. Anyway. Show me, what are we likely to see? So we get here the King of Rods, so lawmakers. The King of Swords worries me that I know that Jack Smith will have security and moderation. I feel it's not going to be successful. We have new starts, and again, this era is ending, but we have still got a lot of insecurity about people that want to go back, not forwards. And we get the Three of Pentacles. There's some kind of dark funding for this as well, and the Knight of Swords. The truth and really like that smoke screen. The smoke comes down and obscures everything. It's coming from underneath and above. Underneath and above. Yeah, there's planning here. There's planning here that I see for violence. Could be around official buildings. I know some of you are wondering, will there be an attack on the Capitol Congress again? Will there be an attack on the Capitol? I'm just getting fortified. It's heavily fortified, but you've got the GOP running the House now. Will there be an attack? Oh, some may I don't know, I'm just getting the word mutiny. Will there be an attack on the capital? Will there be an attack on the Will there be an attack on the capital? Attack on the capital. So we get the Hierophant, the government, and we get the king, the Knight of Cups. To me, that always represents the cult. We get the moon. There's some sort of planning here, perhaps an attack somewhere on the federal government. But we also get the Ten of Swords in the past. That's like the ending of something, the betrayal. There's a betrayal here. In the sky, we get this division. It's not good energy. And then we get betrayal, loss, grief. Oh, the ending of a cycle. Carrying heavy burdens, isolation, like the Hermit card. It's always darkest before the dawn, really. And we get the hopes and fears. We get the Lovers, the cult, members of the cult. And we get the World card. Endings and beginnings, and walking away from what no longer serves us. Whatever's being planned, loss, grief, this is all over this. Whatever's being planned, this is a huge ending to all of this, isn't going to be successful. There are people within the government, within the Congress, who would betray their oath of office. Circles of support, and the Queen of Rods and the Knight of Swords yet again. But here's the guardrails. The guardrails will hold. That word mutiny leads me to think that perhaps members... Okay, well, we see police, the military, betray their oath of office, or their oath that they take to uphold the law. Well, we see police and members of the military join in any way in this violence. Well, we see police, members of the police force, the military, will they join in on this violence? So we have here the Emperor control the president, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, independence, money. Some people are being paid as well. The Knight of Swords again. The truth and the guardrails are in the past, and it's also weariness. We have national security here. And the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like money. It's not just the militias. It's somebody's funding this. The King of Pentacles in the here and now, and the Sun, the loyalty to the King of Pentacles. The hopes and fears, we get the King of Cups, maturity or lack of it, wisdom, and we get wish fulfillment and moderation. Okay, moderation and temperance and death. Okay, I'm afraid there are members of the military and the police force who would participate in a type of insurrection. But there's also people who have been paid still. And we have this insecurity and the World card, endings and beginnings. We get something, a surprise, that something takes us by surprise. So I'm just going to say, after he is indicted will be the time when there could be likely some sort of violence. It won't end well. It won't end well for them. And yet again, no, they haven't learnt the lesson from January the 6th, because doing the crime, they will do the time. So all of this stoking of violence it's heading exactly where Trump wants it to end. He's desperate. He is desperate. So just to end on a better note, will the DOJ, will the FBI, all of this is trying to get people within these organisations to turn coat. Will any uprising in any way be successful? Will any uprising after the Trump January 6 indictments be successful? Don't leave. Okay, so we have hope, and we have the skill of the actual law enforcement. Put your hope in the law of the land, as as wicked as it can sometimes be. It's not. Yeah. We have the smug merchant, wish fulfillment. Again, he's playing into the fantasies of people that would do violence. So we have restriction here in the sky, and we have something around overseas funding. There's definitely overseas interest and funding involved here, and plans being hatched through dark type of money, dark webs. Okay, so no, it's not going to be successful, but we have to be realistic. Nobody thought January the 6th could happen either, but it has. It did. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. My voice is starting to go, so I'll be back with another reading soon. Thanks for tuning in, as always. In the future readings, I want to look at NATO. If Trump had have got a second term, would he pull US out of NATO? I feel Europe, even though there are conservative governments likely to be elected in Europe, it still values unity. It still values unity. It's so self-interested. Without unity, war comes. So I'm not too concerned about European politics. If I can, I'll read on the Voice to Parliament, which is a constitutional change that is being proposed. Fortunately, whichever your opinion is, I'm not going to tell you what mine is. I'll just do a straight read because it's so divisive and inflammatory. The proposal is to change the constitution to allow to recognise Indigenous people and give them a voice as an advisory body to Parliament. Which can make make representations to Parliament, I think is a good way of putting it, so that their voice is heard. However, the constitutional change is what I think voters are a bit wary of. Referendums historically don't do well to change constitution in Australia, so it's an uphill battle at the moment. I've read on this before. I didn't see it getting up. I don't know. It will, but as I said, we'll do that in a future reading. We'll do an update. Okay, that's it for now. And also I want to go to the UK to its National Health Service and a likely coalition government that I see forming at the next election between Labor and the Liberal Democrats. That's what I've been predicting all along. They've had some elections. That's the way it seems to be going. Some county type of elections. Labor's winning some, Liberal Democrats, Tories losing. We'll go to the UK for a little while next time. Okay, bye for now.